Today's layout, I'm going to be using 3 photos, and in this vertical arrangement. One of my photos is a regular 4x6, and the other is a 4x6 where I put 2 photos on one. I do this a lot, and that way I can still print an inexpensive print, and I can have a little bit smaller photos and not have quite so many to fit on the page. So I'm going to have them stacked on top of one another with some embellishments around, and my title going on the side. And then my journaling over here in the lower right-hand corner is my plan. Now the photos, 3 of them were taken, or 2 of them were taken, at a place called the Grove Arcade in Asheville, North Carolina. And this is a building that was built in the 20s, and it's been restored, and it still has that very old-fashioned kind of feel, and we went at Christmas time. I'm going to be using a color scheme to go with the photos of red and yellow and black, and all of these papers came from Artful Delights October Kit, and I'll post a link on my blog for her website. These are colors that I would have never put together, but I've used them quite a bit. I really like these kind of old-fashioned looking papers because I think they fit the Grove Arcade and the evening that we had, so I'm going to use some of those. I've pulled out some stickers from my stash October afternoon and some Cosmo Cricut stickers, and see if some of these work in as well. I'm going to need a journaling block here, and a lot of times I don't use real official journaling blocks. I just make my own, but I happen to have these red ones from Making Memories, and I think that I might be able to use one of these. They'll work well with the papers and the size that I need. For my title, my thickers, I'm going to use a couple of different black thickers. I went through over and over and over my thickers, but I think these, just doing black, one word in the tall skinny letters and one word in the script letters, will look the nicest with the papers, and the particular fonts I think will go really well with the theme of the page. Then I'm going to make my own embellishments, some circle embellishments. And I really want to showcase these buttons. These are from Cosmo Cricut, and they were part of the kit, and they really look 20s to me at the time that building was built. So those are my supplies. I'm going to cut some papers, and we'll get started with the layout. I'm playing with some of my papers, trying to figure out what I want to do with the background. One of the first things I did was take my 2 photos and glue a piece of scrap cardstock on the back of them so that they would be easier to handle. I have this damask paper that I just love, and I didn't have whole sheets of very much of any of the stuff left. So the section that I had, the faded part that really should be on the edge needs to really go on the right side of the page, and I think that my words are going to look better with this black text on the yellow. I think they're really going to pop off the yellow. So since I didn't have enough of that to put over here, I have another yellow paper from out of the same kit, but from a different collection, that really coordinates well with it and kind of fits in the whole look very much. But I haven't cut it yet. It also has some things cut out, and I might want to cut some more of the design on the other side, so I wanted to be sure. So I've laid that out, and I've got my pictures here that are going to go around there, and I've cut a few strips of this black and white cardstock that was also from the same collection as the yellow. And it's interesting when you cut this, depending on which way you place it, whether you put the black, whether you cut down the middle of the black border, you get one look, or if you cut it so that you're going to be having the white edge showing, you get a completely different look out of the same paper. And this way on the right here is the way I've used it on most of my projects, but I really think I like this other look better. So I'm going to recut this strip so that, because I didn't leave enough to flip it around, so that I can have the same kind of appearance over on this side. So I'm going to be using those black and whites there. I went through my Making Memories journaling pieces, and the one that looks the best with this, and it also kind of goes with the same design on the black and white paper, is this edged paper. So we'll use some of that in here for the journaling. I'm just kind of laying things out just to get an idea of how they look right now. And I took this paper, and one of my favorite things to do is to cut up pattern paper using the pattern as a guide. So I took this and I trimmed out around the scallops. And that's going to go on this side. Now my words are going to go up through here in the black letters. And let's take a look at these buttons that I definitely wanted to use. I'm not sure exactly which ones will go where, but kind of get an idea of how this is going to look, because against this yellow background, this black is really going to pop. So it's important that I have a good balance in color and know that I have enough black border, not too much yellow, not too much red. I think that's going to work out really well. There'll be some other colors along with these circle embellishments. It's just kind of giving me an idea of how things are fitting together. So I do think I like this yellow paper on the side. I'm ready to trim it up and glue these pieces down and get my journaling done. So I'll do some of those things, and then we'll start pulling all this together. I printed my journaling on the journaling card, and I printed it first on regular paper and then just taped this over with removable adhesive. So this is ready to be put in place. All right. I hope you can see these letters over here. I've gotten out all of my thickers, and I've just put them on the edge of this basic gray magnetic mat. One of the things I really like about this is that when you can lay your letters out on the edge, and they're easy to pull back up again, but it tells you how much space that you need. It's easy to see in inches how much room you're going to need, so you can tell where to place them on your layout. And this is very important here because I have an embellishment that goes down in this lower right hand corner, and I want to start my title right either on top of or right beside of that embellishment. So I kind of need to know how much room they're going to take up and where I need to get started. For the embellishments, the back side of this yellow is a paper with some lots of circular designs, and I want to cut some of these out. I'm actually thinking of making this bottom embellishment here using this one, and then it'll go slide in behind this red paper because I don't really need to see the whole thing. And then this embellishment I want it to lay on top, so I may use one of the other circles that I can get the entire design for, and then I'm going to have one down here. Just fussy cutting around this particular circle. I didn't really have a circle cutter that fit this size, so I decided to go ahead and cut it out manually. I do have Creative Memory circle cutters that I use, as well as punches, and some of those are going to fit the other designs in this paper. For example, this one, I think I'll be able to cut it. Got one corner there that's not too clean, but I have something I can tuck this under on my layout. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, and I need one more design out of this paper, probably something a tad smaller. I think I may take this one. I'll find a cutting size for that, and I'll cut that out in just a moment. Other things I'm going to need to layer with these, so I'm going to have these buttons, but I need to have something in between. So I have my scallop punch, and my circle punch, and I realized that I needed some other small print designs that didn't really have in this particular kit. I have this My Mind's Eye paper pad, and since it's from the same company as some of these papers that are on my layout already, the colors are really good matches, and the styles of the patterns, again, it looks like a wallpaper there, and this it's a little gold dot. So I'm going to punch some of these, just a couple of these different ones, and see how they look. And one other thing that I think will make a good accent is this matte print. This is from October Afternoon. I've used it for circle designs before. Shamel suggested that in one of her videos, is using matte prints, and they do make a really nice finish. So, of course, we've spent a lot of time wandering around the city, and I think that kind of goes with the theme here. So we need to add another layer to this. Okay, so that's how my embellishments are coming together. Okay, I have the final page. Let's take a look at the sketch. I did 3 photos, the large photo and 2 small photos, the embellishments in a triangle, and the journaling over on the right, with the title going on the side. The way I finished up the buttons was to put some embroidery floss through the eyelets and then glue the buttons on with glue dots. I added a business card that I picked up from one of the places that we went, and a sticker from October Afternoon of this old camera. And I've left this upper right-hand corner blank as sort of a place for the eye to rest. So thanks for joining me. Be sure to check out my blog for a PDF with the sketch and a few tips from this page. Thank you.